Well, it's Tuesday afternoon, people. I just woke up to my alarm clock playing that awesome, that awesome song. You know that song. For some reason I have a natural gas truck parked outside my house, totally blocking my driveway, but whatever. I'm not leaving yet. And I don't know what the heck this device is, but I'll show you after the intro, and welcome to my vlog. So I'm not completely sure where this thing starts and ends. I think that the starting of it's over behind that house. And then it goes way the frig up in the air, and then it goes down, and then it friggin', I don't know, is that a drill? Is that what they're doing? Are they drilling for oil? Are they drilling for natural gas? Is that why natural gas is here? Like, holy shit, that thing's way up there. And it's further back, so it's got to be standing taller than the telephone pole. Well, there's telephone poles on the other side of the street too. They just can't show you the sizes because they're blocked by trees. But like, freak sakes, that thing's way up there. So it's got to be like a drill in a vacuum, because if you look at this thing, what is that? That looks like a tube going all the way up, connecting there, and then friggin' elbowing down. And elbowing down into God knows what. I don't even know what the hell kind of a machine that is, but that's pretty crazy. It's like the biggest shop vac I've ever seen in my life. Well, this doesn't make a lick of sense. Friggin Dell canceled my order for the keyboard dock for the XPS 10. Why? I don't know. I'm a little upset by this. Sons of bitches. And it's like, you read the reasoning, it's like, oh, this order's been canceled. If you feel your order was canceled in there, please contact your Dell sales representative for assistance. Well, I didn't have a sales representative. I used the website. Or if you'd like to place a new order, visit this. Well, okay, that's the problem, is right now it shows that they've already billed me for this and they just canceled it. I'm going to have to check my my credit card and see if it was billed, and if it was and they just canceled and they don't want to send me my product, I might have a little issue with these people. For frig's sakes. So I'm like, what the frig's going on and things. I just called Dell to find out what the frig's going on. And they're like, they look into the system and they're like, oh, we're not sure why this was canceled. We see that you recently ordered a warranty for your laptop, but we don't see why this here was canceled. This doesn't make any sense. Blah, 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 yada, 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 fraza, fraza, fring, fring, you know? And I'm like, okay, well then, you know what? Screw it. And they're like, well, we can go ahead and reprocess the order for you. And I'm like, you know what? Don't even bother. Don't even bother. You know, if I want to use a keyboard on this damn thing, I'll hook up a USB keyboard, or I'll friggin' just Bluetooth the keyboard to it or something. Like, for frig's sakes, like, how do you screw this up? Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, people piss me off a lot of the times. But, yeah, canceled my order. Love that, you know. Like, all my other orders, of course, they came through because I used the, either I paid for it all in cash or I used their Dell deferred friggin' financial system and made payments on it. But this thing here, because it's paid for friggin', well, no, I paid for this with cash too, so this should have went through. I'll check my PayPal and see if I got refunded. But, oh, son of a bitch. Like, really? It kind of pisses you off. You're all excited to get something new, you know, let's turn this thing here into a laptop type thing, and they go and dick you over. Oh well, at least I didn't pay anything for that friggin' tablet, even though it is a complete paperweight. But whatevs, whatevs. Well, it's official. Apple announced their 5S and 5C today, and by the looks of it, they're stopping production on the 5. Basically, the 5S and 5C will, well, the 5C is supposed to replace the iPhone 5. Apparently, it's supposed to have the exact same specs and things. I don't know how that's going to work out, but whatever. And the 5S is going to have the world's first 64-bit processor. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing when it comes to a smartphone. I have a feeling that the 5C is going to sell more than the 5S, because people are going to see the price tag and go, holy shit, that's cheap, I need that. But then again, you never know, right? A lot of people out there on iPhone, they want more power, they want the best they can get, so they get the best they can get. But, I don't know, like the 64-bit processor in a phone, like, okay, so now the phone can handle more streams and blah blah blah, yada yada yada, sure, whatevs, you know. Makes it a little bit more snappy and stuff, but for sakes, it's an iPhone. The iPhone 4S is still pretty snappy. I don't know, maybe it's because I moved on to Android, I don't really care too much. Honestly, if I was still shopping for a phone, I probably wouldn't get either the 5S or the 5C, because neither one of them really piqued my interest. I have an iOS device right now, my iPad 4, and it does a good enough job for what I need it to do. But all in all, it's I prefer Android. I find I can do a lot more with Android than I can do with iOS. iOS and its fake multitasking. Now, mind you, the iOS 7's coming out soon, but I'm going to take a look at this 5S and see what they say about it. Honestly, after reading up on both phones, that 5C is going to do pretty good. Because let's face it, a lot of people like the iPhones, but a lot of people don't want to shell out, you know, $200 and $250, $300 while going on a 2-year contract for the phone itself, where this here iPhone, the 5C, will be available for the 16 gig model at $99 and the 32 gig model at $199. So that's not too bad, that's not too bad, you know. And then apparently it's going to have some new improved HD front-facing camera, some new ability to zoom 3 times while taking pictures without distorting the shit out of the image, and it's going to have more LTE coverage and Wi-Fi ABGN, so you'll have all your Wi-Fi coverage. And
it comes in pretty colors. Oh my god, pretty colors. Pretty colors.
They're saying the iPhone 5S is right now the world's most leading advanced phone ever. Well, of course it is. It just came out. Apple already knew who they were contending with, right? The Android phones been out. The S4 has been out for what, 4 or 5 months now? Friggin' HTC One's been out forever. The Moto X just launched a little while ago, but you know, so all that's going to happen now is all the Android phones are going to be like, alright guys, time to step up the game and make something wicked awesome, and then bam, wicked awesome appears. And then once again, Apple is at the bottom of the totem pole going, oh, we're the weakest phone on the market, so let's revolutionize and build the exact same phone, but put a better processor in it, and a fingerprint reader, and a fucking time machine, and all this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. iPhones are perfect for people who are afraid of smartphones. That's what I always say. For my dad, if he had an iPhone, he wouldn't be calling me so many times with the phone problem, because an iPhone is a real bitch to frig up. Let me tell you a little something about that. Saying you can't drop the iPhone and smash the shit out of the screen, but it's a lot harder to, you know, software brick an iPhone, as long as you're not dicking around with it and jailbreaking it and putting a bunch of pirated software on it and things. But, you know, if you're using the phone straight up, out of the box, with iTunes and iTunes cards and credit cards and whatever, getting your apps and all that shit, then theoretically the phone will last a while until they make an iOS that will kill the processor and make it run like a ball of dirt, which is what they're doing with the iPhone 4, which will soon be the phone you do not want to own. Just saying. But I don't know. I'm still enjoying my Android. This thing here is kicking ass. You know, I had an issue before with my old Android, my LG Optimus Black. It was a piece of shit. But this new phone is totally freaking kicking ass. Loving it. So, Android all the way for me for now on, people. Unless I get bored and want to go back to Apple just to say I did. But I probably won't. But you never know. Well, I just called the school board to inform them about this this old piece of shit computer. Let them know that, like, basically a lot of you said, oh, just get this program here and boot it off CD and fix it, or just do this and fix it, and do that and fix it. Well, the problem is, okay, I tried different RAM. Well, let me start from the beginning. First thing I did, like I said, I plugged it in, it showed the Acer screen, and then shut off the video. So right away I figured the onboard video card was toast. We'll try a different video card. So I threw my 8600 GT into it, which it booted and got further, and then it booted into the Windows. Your system did not shut down properly. So we're gonna have to, you know, here's some options, safe mode and all that shit. Well, I tried normal, I tried last known configuration, I've tried safe mode with networking, and I've tried command prompt. Every time you pick one, except for command prompt, anything that required graphics, for some reason she shit the bed. It wouldn't even show the now starting windows. It would literally load a blue screen of death and then start post beeping. Long, solid post beeps. So I looked up the BIOS for that and got the post beep for it. Came back and said the RAM was done. Bad RAM, not seated properly, whatever. Said, okay, well, I just finished reseating the RAM. That can't be the problem. It's got to be seated properly. You know, I took the RAM out, blew it all out with some blowjob in a can, put it all back in, nothing. So I was like, all right, well, I know I got 2 sticks of DDR2, which is what that thing runs. I had 2 sticks in the other room that worked. Well, they're my test RAMs. They work. Threw them in there, brought it from 1 gig of RAM up to 2 gigs of RAM. They're 2 1 gig sticks. bucks. Put that in there, fired it up, still posting that the RAM was bad. So I tested the RAM and the RAM was fine. I have my other Acer, which kind of looks like this guy here in the other room, but it's the AMD version of this. So I threw the RAM in the Acer, tested it, works fine. So I was like, okay. Well, it's obviously that's not the case. The problem is something else. After doing some research, I found out the motherboards they use in these are notorious for shitting the bed. Now, Acer wants a lot of money for one of those boards because they don't make them anymore. They do, however, have them in stock, but a motherboard for that computer is $187 from Acer Corp for a single core Pentium 1.8 gigahertz. Okay, so 180 bucks. Then you install it. Got to get some thermal paste. You know, get everything going right. Get it all installed and ready to rock, and you paid $180 for what? Plus my time to do all the work and get everything going again. It's not worth it. For what they use this computer for, I know it's a bit more costly, but $349 for this little Acer, which is kind of like the Acer that I brought home last time from there and had to fix because it was just right dick. This here would be the better deal. Now right away you guys are probably like, holy crap! You went from $180 to $350. That doesn't make sense. Okay, let me explain something again. Basically, for me to, they already owe me 40 bucks for the diagnostic. All right, that's what they're paying me, 40 bucks an hour. I'm just charging them 1 hour for the diagnostic on that. And so they owe me 40 bucks already. So that just brought it up to from 180 to 220. And then to do the board swap, I would charge them a minimum of 2 hours. So that's another 80 bucks. And in the end, they end up with the friggin' same computer they had, that something else could blow it. The hard drive could shit the bed. You know, the new motherboard could shit the bed in like 6 months, because apparently those boards, after doing research, are crap. Have returned their computers or bought the board off of Acer, brought it home, installed it in their computer. 6 months down the road, the new board they just got starts doing the same thing. So they got to get another new board. Is it worth it? No. This computer's a dinosaur. Like, single core 1.8 gigahertz Pentium 4 running Windows XP, and it's got like 120 gigabyte hard drive in it, and it's just frickin' old. Now, if I were to go to Tiger Direct and buy a new board, chip, and RAM, say if I were to buy the A6 processor, the motherboard for it, and obviously you need new RAM because it runs DDR3, we're probably looking at a lot more. And for shits and giggles, I'm going to go to Newegg and price that out. So the board I went with was the Asus FM2 A55 Hudson micro ATX board with blah blah blah. And it's 70 bucks with a mail-in rebate, right? So that's not bad. Shipping on that is $7.60. And GST, I don't know what it says. Oh, sorry. The RAM I'm going with is some G-Skill 4 gig. It's $45. And the processor I went with was the closest thing they had, which was an A6 3500 Lilano core, 2.1 gigahertz, 2.4 turbo boosted. That won't work since it's an FM1 socket, frig's sake, so I can't even use that. So I'll have to get rid of that processor, bring it back. So I went ahead with the AMD A6 6400K Richland 3.9 gigahertz dual core desktop. It was the closest thing they had to what that Acer has, and it is $79. Subtotal $125, I guess, for these two, and then shipping's 11 bucks. Taxes is $17.78 with a grand total of $242 for those parts. Once it's all installed into that old case, we're looking at close to the same price as that Acer, and we still have that 120 gig hard drive in there. Plus they're going to need a copy of Windows unless they want to run Windows XP on it, you know. So in the end, it ends up just being a real pain in the ass. So it's probably best they just go with the Acer Aspire from frickin' Future Shit and be done with it. Or even go to Walmart and grab one of their bargain bin computers. They have some Acers there that are, you know, they're not too bad, they're not too good, but they're not too bad. And they'll probably do the job. So that's what I told her. She said she's going to go shopping on Thursday, and if she picks something up, she'll have me go over there on Thursday, Friday, whenever, and we'll get this all situated and working, and we'll be good to go. So that's where we sit now. Let's see what we get into. So the ball's in their court. They can make the decision. If they want me to go ahead and order parts, then I'll order parts. If they want me to say frig it and they want to just buy a new rig and go with it, because like I said, this is an old computer from 2007. You know, they don't really use it for much. They don't need much of a computer to do this job, but you know, it's up to them right now. It's not up to me. So that's where we sit. So I'm just waiting for her to give me a call and let me know what the frig's going on, and we're gonna go from there. But it's already 2:41. I gotta leave in 45 minutes for work. Son of a bitch. Alrighty, well, it's 3:30. Yesterday I forgot to bring these things with me. Probably wondering what the hell I just grabbed. These Crystal Light squirt things, like the Mios, but they were on sale even more, so I figured what the frig, we'll give these a go and see if they suck or if they're any good. And yeah, I still haven't trimmed my beard. I know. Maybe when I get home tonight I'll get her done. But got the lunch all built. I'm gonna grab a deck of cigarettes and we're gonna head off to the car and head off to work. I just shit my pants. Alrighty, we're in the car. We're gonna head off to work. Of course, the camera gets so damn shaky when I do this. I don't know a better way to stabilize it. I got an idea. Let's take this off of here and maybe sit it right here so that it's practically touching the dash. Maybe. And if I stick something underneath it, prop it still. Let's see if that works any better. Alright, fire up the car. Let's get off to work. Okay, so off to work we go. I'm primed today, so that kind of sucks, but it's the way she goes. Running a little bit late, but I just got a call from Dell, from the sales team, trying to figure out why that keyboard was canceled. And after they investigated, they realized they don't have them in stock anymore, people. Oh, Seagull. Oh, damn it. But they don't have them in stock anymore. So that is why I am not getting the keyboard. Pretty awesome, eh? They just released the XPS 10 like a month before I bought my laptop, and then they promoted it with the laptop without the keyboard dock. Then you request a keyboard dock. They don't have any in stock, so they give you this like ridiculous shipping time. You know, you ordered on the 11th of August and they say it'll be here the 9th of September, and then come close to the time, they go, no, we're actually not going to ship this out to you, bud, so thanks for coming out, GG, have a nice day, you son of a bitch. You know, one of those. So it's like, for freak's sakes. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, I don't need it. I got another keyboard I can use if I really need one. I got a Bluetooth keyboard at home and a Bluetooth mouse, for freak's sakes, that I can hook up and then use a keyboard and mouse on it. Mind you, the keyboard's a full-size keyboard and the mouse is a full-size Bluetooth mouse, but whatevs, worst case in Ontario, that's what I'll do. Not a big deal. I've actually been debating on hooking that tablet directly up to my TV downstairs, just so I could use it as a freaking giant computer that's underpowered. So yeah, I was chatting with Rex 4x4 today. He got some super exciting news. Looks like he's going on a huge ass motorbike tour with I think it's called Tours Canada or Tours Ontario. I can't remember the name of the place. Maybe Tourism Ontario, I don't know. But they're loaning him. He had to go to Honda and pick up some motorbikes. So he went to Honda and picked up two, I don't know what the frick that. I'm sure he's going to make a video explaining it. So just check out his channel from time to time. And he'll probably have a video up explaining what he got for it. Then he'll have a video of the tour they do. And apparently it's like a 3-day tour. They got a whole bunch of shit going on. So that's pretty awesome. And that light, they're both running the red light. They're both running that red light. Are you serious? Huh, what a bunch of goofs. But, so that's pretty awesome for him. He's got a whole bunch of shit on the go now. He just, he's coming with me to Fullscreen, eh? He's going to be joining up with Fullscreen as well once his contract with Makers is over. And the only difference between Fullscreen and Makers is Makers, you don't need to upload videos all the time. Fullscreen, you kind of need to at least upload 2 videos a month. For me, not a problem. You guys know I upload like 30 to 31 videos in a month, sometimes more. Where Rex, when in the summer, you know, he's pretty steady, but the moment that snow drops, he tends to hibernate like a big bear. So in the winter, he's going to need to figure something out and produce some video, otherwise Fullscreen's going to, you know, cut his dink off. But I heard through the grapevine, actually, that with YouTube Networks, that I wouldn't be surprised if in the very near future, if YouTube decides to stop offering individual partnership. Because apparently they sent a request out to all networks to lower the bar for joining a network. That's right, people. Before it used to be you had to have 30,000 views a month, which means 1,000 views a day, in order to even be considered an application into a network. And the reason why they did that was because, you know, people think, oh, I'm joining a YouTube network, here comes the money, 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 and they're going to be rich and famous and blah, 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 yada, 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 bing, bang, buzzawad. But that doesn't actually happen. What ends up happening is they join the network and they're not making the money they're not making the money they thought they were going to make. Those are nice rims on that G6. Too bad it's a G6. But anyway, so then they get all mad and they contact the network and they're like, hey, you said I was going to make like tons of money and things. It said so on your website. And you know, you do make more money on a network than you do with AdSense by itself. Why do I smell fucking gasoline? I don't know if it's safe to be smoking this cigarette right now. Hope this fucker doesn't have a gas leak. But YouTube recently, like, that's why the network's always said you need, you know, 1,000 views a day, and we'll consider you for partnership. And if you have a channel doing 1,000 views and you have another channel doing like 100 views, they'll let you bring in that extra channel. And in the end of the month, what they do is they just tally up the earnings from all the channels and then pay you out, right? Well, the problem is with this 2,000 views, you only need 2,000 views in a month, and you can join a network. That's what YouTube wants. Now the networks are like, well, for frig's sakes, you know, this sucks. Now we got to accept people with 2,000 views a month, because what the networks do is they'll actually invest money into your channel, into your campaign, try and generate, you know, advertise your channel out there, and try and get you more subs and more views, and, you know, to make it worth their while to have you part of the networks that they're actually making some more money off. The problem is if that doesn't work, then they just literally wasted the money. Like, i.e. Felix Rants, I'm going to use that one. That channel had like 600 subscribers, got maybe 100 views a day. You know, it was kind of shit. Funny channel, but it was still shit. And makers would sit there and invest like $200 into the channel, and that channel maybe made 10 bucks in a month, you know, getting about 100 to 400 views a day. So we made 10 bucks in a month. So they would invest like $200 and get like, because I'm on a 60-40 split, they get $4 back. So was it worth it, their interest to invest into the channel? Hell no. Do they care? Probably not, because they have some of the biggest partners and makers that will, you know, produce that money and get that money back for them. So if they dump a couple $100 into a small channel to try and make it bigger, and it fails, not a big deal, you know, they're gonna get their money back. But if there's a bunch of smaller channels joining, how the hell is these networks going to make their money back? Well, YouTube allowed them to go for a 40-60 split. Basically, 40 goes to the creator, 60 to the network, 50-50, which means half and half, 60-40, which is standard, 70-30 for higher tiers, 80-20 for extreme tiers. And they actually do have, in the main networks, like if you join up with Maker, they can offer you a 90-10 split. So that's pretty damn good. I do say so myself. But in order to join up with Makers, like Makers Direct, not with RPM or Social Blade or Red Light or TG. Well, TGS is just the gaming station, part of Makers. It's where they put their arcades. But if you wanted to join up with like Makers Direct, you got to be doing 300,000 plus views in a month. And I've compared my earnings to a fellow YouTuber who is on AdSense and gets the exact same roughly views as me. You know, Vlogging Life gets about 60,000 a month, and my friend gets 60,000 a month. They're on AdSense. I'm on Maker's payroll, and in the end, I actually take home more than he does. So yes, you do make more money when you're with a network than you would if you were on your own with AdSense. But honestly, YouTube just changed the policy. No longer is AdSense tallying up your YouTube monetized views. It's now all done through the analytics and through YouTube's in-house freaking AdSense, like Google Analytics, whatever the frig. And the reason why they changed this was to get around the damn click bomb, because now your money is made based on duration viewed and what the ads are paying you for duration viewed. So that's the problem with these vlogs, right? Is not everybody watches them all the way through. Some people do. I'm not saying everybody, but some people watch them all the way through. Some people will skip parts if they're not interested, and that kind of hurts the duration viewed. So it's hard to make a long video and keep it interesting all the way through, but it's the way she goes. So joining a network, I can see like by around, I'm gonna say next year this time, YouTube will no longer offer individual partnership, and they will flat out tell you if you want to make money on YouTube, join a network, because YouTube is getting a lot of flack right now from people. Like, you know, everybody can be a partner. All you gotta do is upload 10 videos, they tell you want to monetize, you go. And the problem is companies like Ford and that are coming across channels and videos of like some kid filming a dog pissing with their BlackBerry, and the advert playing on there is buy a Ford truck today. So Ford got royally pissed at YouTube and pulled out, you know, so that's it, we're taking our freaking advertising elsewhere. You guys are dicked. So that's why YouTube lately, actually in the past month and a half, they shut down 1,500 channels. Just killed them. Shut them down, done. They can't do that if you're in a network, but they can definitely do that if you're just on YouTube partnership. And they've been killing off channels that have content on them. Not that they violate the community guidelines. It's just in their mind those videos are stupid and there's no reason for them to be on the internet, so they're smoking. Or if they're stupid and they have tons of views, they'll let them go because they're generating YouTube money. But if they're stupid and they have like 6 views and the channel's been up for like a year and buddy's putting up all these videos but he's only getting like 3-4 views a video, then they're annihilating them. So YouTube is kind of upset about the advertisers pulling out. They got to do something about it. So their big plan is to probably tell everybody, you want to make money on YouTube, go to the networks. Let the networks deal with your content, because we don't want to do it anymore. And then YouTube itself will just be, if you're just on YouTube, well, you won't make money. So I will have to see if that does come true. I'm pretty sure it will, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens in the future. As for me, people, I'm at work, and as you all know, I'm not allowed to film here. So gonna lock her down, and we'll head her inside and carry on with this night. So until later on, people, peace the frig out. Alrighty guys, well it's midnight. Oh, I got a text message. Okay, Rex sent me a picture for me to dick with, literally. You'll laugh when you see it. And I'm gonna head her home. And yeah, I got some news to tell you guys. So without further ado, let's pitter patter and have at her and get the frig out of here. Alright people, I'm finally home. Actually, I've been home for a bit. My buddy Pierre showed up. He bought himself a new summer toy. A new summer toy. Yeah, he bought himself he had an old, well not really old, it was a 96 Mercury Cougar 2-door coupe with the V8, and that was his friggin' pride and joy for the longest time. And hey, we barking. Don't be picking fights with bears. Yeah, there's something big moving around my backyard, so I gotta watch Oreo so he doesn't go down and try to fight with it and get himself killed. But he recently bought himself a new car. Yeah, bought himself, I think he said it was a 1996 Buick Riviera. Yeah, it's got the 3800 supercharged engine. Friggin' nice, indeed. Holy shit, is it ever nice. He's like beside me on the drive home, and he'd pull up to me, and then I'd be like, what the frick's this clown doing? Like, why is he being a dick? He pulls up to me and he starts like lurching ahead and then pulling back and then lurching ahead and pulling back, and I'm like, does this fucker want to race? Like, what the hell's going on? Why are people being dicks tonight? So I'm like, whatevs. You know, I friggin' laid into the V8. You know, make it sound all friggin' crazy and shit. And then, you know, he ends up, I end up letting off when I had him, I'm trying to see what the car is, and I couldn't tell. I've never seen a Riviera before in my life. So, he basically, followed me home, and then, I get out of the car, and, you know, friggin' he's like, hey man, and I'm like, who is that? And he's like, oh, it's me, Pierre, and I'm like, holy shit. Because he actually has another car that's his daily driver. It's, Chevy Aveo, I think, or one of those little lunchbox-like cars. Picked that thing up for dirt cheap, too. Picked it up for $1,000, and there was nothing wrong with it. Just typical grandpa car. Grandpa was the driver. Grandpa died. Grandma didn't want the car. Let it go for frig all, you know. Didn't know what to do with it. So, yeah, he's got that car. Now he's got this Riviera. That Riviera is nice. I've never ever seen a car like that. Yeah, it looks pretty friggin' decent. And that 3800 supercharger, that's a nice engine. I think so, anyway. Probably not, but I think it's a pretty nice engine. So he got that. So right on. Anybody who follows me on Instagram is wondering where that supercharged badge is that I took a picture of and put up on Instagram. Well, it came from that Riviera. So now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Indeed. So I got some pretty awesome news. I submitted yesterday my request to have my floaters. Probably saying, Adam, what the frig are floaters? Well, floaters are things you leave in the toilet. No. Oh, I just ate my fan right in the leg. Son of a bitch. That hurt. Okay, 1 second. So yeah, so I submitted my request to have floaters in October because I have 5 of them to kill, and I gotta have them done before the end of November, and I didn't know what to take. So what I did was I booked the 11th of October, the 12th and 13th I already have off because it's the weekend. 14th is Canadian Thanksgiving. So then I use the other 4 for 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 I'm already off. So my last day of work in October is October 10th, and I don't go back to work till October 21st. How awesome is that? So another 10 days of vacation time. God knows what we'll do in that time. One thing I know is right there, October 19th, that there is Vlog 1000. So I'll be off the whole week prior to Vlog 1000 so I can really get some prep work done. Yes, people, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I spent a lot of time outside chatting with Pierre. So that's pretty friggin' awesome. Got a lot of time there to get ready for it. And Jules booked off Friday the 18th and Saturday the 19th because she wants to get involved in Vlog 1000 too, so that should be pretty friggin' sweet. Also, while I was at work, I forgot to mention this. This is kind of pisses me off, but it's kind of funny too, I guess. So I'm sitting at work, I'm on break, and I get a call from Dell about that keyboard. They call me up, and this is on my 5:30 break. They're like, hello, is this so-and-so? And I'm like, yeah, it's me, what's up, you know, it's Adam, what's up? And they're like, oh, we're just calling to inform you that we may be able to process a keyboard for you. And I'm like, well, okay, how are you gonna do that? I thought there was like none left. And like, oh, we may have found one. And I'm like, okay, go ahead and do it. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll get another keyboard. That's pretty awesome. Because I really wanted a keyboard for that Microsoft tablet to make it easier to jailbreak, because it's a lot easier with a keyboard than using the onboard keyboard. Let me tell you a little something about that. Pain in the ass with that touchscreen keyboard. So, sure enough, buddy over at Dell calls back later on, and he's like, you know, my 8 o'clock lunch, he's like, we regret to inform you that we're not able to get this keyboard for you. And I said, okay, well, go ahead and refund the money to my credit card, and you know, go ahead and refund me my money and we'll be good. And he goes, oh, sir, actually we are unable to process a refund. However, we have taken the money and put it towards your Dell deferred account. And I'm like, so you put it towards payment on my XPS 8300? And they're like, no, we added it as a credit, which I haven't used yet, on my Dell account, so if I decide to buy something else, they can knock $200 off. And I'm like, no, that's okay. I don't plan on buying anything new from you guys for at least another 3 years, so just refund the money and everything will be good. And he tells me that they can't do that. And I said, well, you're gonna do that because either A, you're gonna send me the keyboard, which you can't because you have none of, or B, you're gonna refund my money because I'm not getting my product. I'm not giving you money to hold on to. I'm not investing in shares in Dell. I just want my freaking money back. Oh, sir, sorry, sir, we cannot do that, sir. The best we can do is give you credit towards another purchase. And yeah, I know I'm being a little racist with the voice, I know. But that's exactly how this guy was. I swear he was reading from a friggin' script, you know? Okay, sir, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put it on your Dell deferred financial account, and at any point in time, if you decide to buy something that is over $500, we'll automatically deduct $200 from that payment. I'm like, whoa, over $500? He's like, yes, sir, that's how the deferred account works. You cannot get deferred payments unless you buy something over $500. And I'm like, okay, yeah, refund my money. And he's like, no, you cannot do that. And I'm like, listen, refund my money now because I'm gonna have to talk to somebody higher up. And he's like, oh, you stupid white rich boys are all the same. And I'm like, excuse me, bud? Excuse me? Like, now he's calling me a stupid white rich boy. Oh, so racism's fine when it comes from a turban, but when it comes from a white boy towards a turban is not fine? Because he's like getting all lippy with me and calling me all sorts of friggin' names, and I'm like, okay, enough is enough. I want to talk to your fucking manager right now. So he hangs up on me. So I call back, I got another rep, I had his number and everything in the email that he sent me. This is what's awesome. He sends me an email to my account saying, with his name, his ID number, and everything. So I get some lady on the phone when I call back, and she's like, how can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I need to speak to the manager of sales. Okay, 1 second, sir. I will transfer you right over. And they get this guy on the phone who, you know, didn't sound like he had an accent or anything. Sounded like he was from Canada or the United States. Like, sounded like he was, you know, spoke English. That's racist. I do apologize. but you know where I'm getting at. So anyway, buddy's like, how can I help you? And I said, listen, I just had a really bad call with agent ID number, gave the ID number. I'm like, he literally called me a stupid rich white boy, and I really, really did not appreciate that. And he's like, well, what's going on? I said, and I explained the whole situation. And he goes, when was this call taken? I give him the time index that was on my phone, and he's like, okay, sir, is it okay if we call you back in a half an hour and let you know what's happening with this? I'm like, okay, no problem. So I'm just finishing my lunch, and my phone goes off, and it's Buddy Van Dudo from Dell. And he's like, okay, sir, I'm just going to let you know that here at Dell, all calls are recorded for quality assurance. And I'm like, oh, finally, that quality assurance thing's coming in handy. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head, eh? And he's like, we reviewed the call between you and so-and-so, and you are correct. That was uncalled for, and I would just like to inform you that you know, here at Dell we don't tolerate that kind of behavior with our employees versus our customers. As without customers we wouldn't blah blah blah, yet the whole spiel, you know, the butter you up and then put some jam on you and fire you out the fucking door type thing, you know. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, and he's like, just letting you know that I've gone ahead and refunded the money back to you. And I was like, perfect. And he goes, and also let you know that that individual has been put on a 2-week suspension. So they literally suspended Buddy Van Dudo for calling me a rich white boy. Yeah, got a guy semi-fired. Not really. Do I feel bad about it? No, not really. Buddy shouldn't have been a dick. That's the bottom line. You know, if you can't refund the money, get somebody on the phone who can. If you're going to hang up on me, at least, you know, I never swear to anybody in customer service. Because I'm in customer service, and let me tell you, I hate it when my customers swear at me. My boss always says, you know, if they swear at you, just hang up the call. I won't hang up the call. I'm the kind of guy where if you're getting lippy with me, unless you're not a customer of ours, but if you're getting lippy with me and you're a customer, I will basically try and turn that call around and in the end make you feel bad for getting upset with me in the first place. And because of that, I will never get lippy with a customer service rep over the phone. I'll try and remain calm, and if they get lippy with me, well, that's when I talk to a manager, because obviously they're too stressed out and they need some time off to, like, you know, figure things out. That's basically what happened there. I'm not getting my keyboard. I got my money back for the keyboard, so I got, like I said, I got a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse in the other room there, in the red room. It's a full-size keyboard, full-size mouse, like, you know, a full-size mouse. Not a big deal. So, worst case scenario, I can always hook that up to the friggin' the XPS 10 and jailbreak it that way, and then I can use some X32 apps on it, or X86 apps on it and stuff like that. So, not too worried about it, but I don't know. But anyway, people, it's friggin' late. I need to get this vlog edited and uploaded to YouTube's, and I'm friggin' tired. So, on that note, if you liked today's video, you know where that like button is. Give her a clickety-clack and let me know that you liked it. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below. Hopefully I get a chance to respond to them. Today I was just too busy to do anything, so I do apologize, but it's the way she goes, people. And until next time, people, keep on vlogging.